Hey guys, what's up? I just figured I'd make a short video showing you what's inside this. Basically for the guys over at Game Wizard ZT and friends on Facebook, because you guys seem pretty interested in knowing what's going on. So I figured I'd make a quick video. Obviously custom paint, sanded it down, prepped it properly. It's just rattle can stuff with clear coat. A lot of coats though. A lot of coats to get it this shiny. I got this decal off eBay. Wicked nice die cut decal, looks awesome. Redbubble, I got that. It's Lake Holding a Taco. The Raspberry Pi emblem, and there's also one in the back over here, the Retro Pi. Door still works. Buttons still work. I'll explain that later. Power and reset with the LED. 4 ports in the front, as you can see here. So I can have 4-player access right where the old holes were. And I'm going to show you a lot later, but I used a lot of black plastic to kind of make things blend in like they were supposed to be there. Took a little time, but came out nice. Alright, let's go inside. Okay. Well, here's the inside. Did a lot of things in here I would do differently if I ever built one again, but the basics are the same. You got your HDMI here, your Ethernet here. These are keystones. This is a keystone wall plate. And what I did, I'll spin the unit around here, is I cut the wall plate to fit. Let's see if I can get it to focus. To fit in there perfectly. I don't think I might get it to focus in. There we go. Oh. But anyways, yeah, a lot of dremeling inside here, but I got it all to fit and I epoxied it in place. What I did for the time being here was I wanted to kind of keep the RCA jacks, so I did the same thing with a wall plate. I bought these little connectors on eBay. Come on. There we go. Those little connectors here, I got them on eBay. Ran a wire out off of a 3.5 millimeter jack that I could plug into the Pi if I ever wanted to use a non-HD TV. In this case, I do have one, but I was thinking about in the future of getting a CRTV and setting up like a retro game room, but that hasn't happened yet. What else do we have here? That's pretty much it for this back corner. Right here is the power supply. I believe it's made by Ultimate. It's a 5-volt 2.4 amp power supply, and it has 2 USB ports. Reason why I did this, couple reasons, is that I wanted to have a powered hub, which is right there. The reason why I did that was because I'm running LED lit arcade sticks, and I didn't want to rob power from the Pi, so I wanted to have its own powered hub. That's why I did that. And then obviously the other one, the other USB output fires up the Pi. In the front, like I showed you before, these are 2. I took everything out of the cases just so kind of when you open it up, it's not a bunch of little bricks in there. It kind of looks cool. I just did it for visual effects, but I guess you don't have to do it. But over here, those are 2. There's like a 2-port hub, 2 of them, and I had to use a little. Let me just get this wire out of the way here for a minute. What do you call it? Like pig putty, they call it, for plastic. They sell it. It's like an epoxy putty that you mix together. I got a bunch of black wall plates, black blank wall plate. So I had plastic I could cut and make into different shapes and do what I needed to do with it. Like this piece I added up here, because these little capacitors, what it looked like to me, were pretty, they were long, and every time wires would come in here and I'd mess around, these things would go back and forth, and I was afraid they would break off, so I kind of made a little bracket to hold them in place. But everything in here is either held in with epoxy or stuff like this here. But there's two of them, and I added the heat sinks here. I added a heat sink over here, because you buy that kit on Amazon and it comes with a whole bunch of heat sinks. I just put them on for aesthetics. I mean, obviously the ones on the pie are, actually doing something. So yeah, AC power comes in. This is a C7 figure 8 style cord. It's the same cord you'd get in a PlayStation or anything else, but these sockets, they sell them on Amazon and eBay. I just soldered some 16 wire on the back side here. I won't touch it because it is 120 volts. And then I wired that into the inputs on the, I soldered it right to the board on the power supply. So I plug it in, power comes over on these two blue wires, high voltage, and then you get your 5 volts out. So that's pretty much that. The only other thing in here really is, like, we still have the functioning retro switches, which comes over to something called a Mossberry circuit, which is right here. Let's see if we can get this to focus. There you go. Power comes in on this wire, goes through into the power input on the Pi. You have a couple of wires here that come off, and they go into your GPIO. The only thing you have to solder is you have a couple of, there's one for a LED light, and let's see this get the focus here. It's probably because of these wires in the way. So yeah, you got 5 wires you need to solder on, and if you go on their website, everything's explained to you, how to do it, the script. It's wicked simple. I mean, you can literally do it. If you have all this stuff soldered together, you can do it in 10 minutes. And then it operates. Oops, I didn't actually want to do that. But it will reset, and it will power off and power on with the power button through the script. But that's pretty much it. I have my dongle here for my little wireless keyboard, USB for the hub, and then your Ethernet. And that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate everything you guys are doing, and I love your setups and everything else, so keep it up. Thanks.